Hey, welcome to EV Bharat, the world of India EVs. Hi, if you're still confused between ICE and EV, well, this video is for you. Stay tuned and sit relax. Well, it's not only always about saving the planet or stopping the air getting more polluted from major cities like Delhi and etc. But there are many key factors which can make purchasing an EV a smarter choice.
Choosing an EV over the ICE vehicle depends on a couple of factors, and I know EVs are still they just started evolving now, and uh, I know they just started evolving now, but the same factors as an Indian buyer, we share the same factors. So let's see what are all the factors which are influencing me to choose an EV over the ICE. So, considering the fuel charges, fuel like petrol or diesel per kilometer versus the charging cost of an EV. Let's pull a calculator quickly and we can see how much it's charging to run a petrol vehicle versus the EV. So, if you see, let's take on an average, is average in a lifetime if someone drives an vehicle, it can be any vehicle, 1 lakh kilometers, and if let's say your car gives a mileage of 60 kilometers, you need roughly 6,250 liters of petrol or a diesel. Now if you multiply the same with 107, the current petrol price, it's costing you 6 lakh 68,000, around 6 lakhs 70,000 to drive this vehicle. Now this comes more interesting here when we talk about the EV. If we see the driving cost of an EV, let's take the same calculator again. And many vehicles ride current in the market offering an average of 350 kilometers range, and it goes like even 500 and 600 kilometers range. Some vehicles are offering the costlier ones. Let's say one full charge is giving you 350 kilometers, and the same for 1 lakh kilometers. If you divide it with 350 kilometers range, around 285.7, these many times you have to charge your vehicle for to run 1 lakh kilometers, and if you divide this with 400 rupees, why 400? This is the average cost of charging your EV for the full battery. See, you see the massive difference here, right? The difference for 1 lakh kilometers, it is clearly around 5 lakhs rupees. Now, there are many people who drives even more than this. In 15 years, the usage can go peak up to 2 lakh kilometers. And if you think the electric vehicle, the fuel cost can be as high as 13 lakhs, and you can ride the EV just for the 3 lakh rupees. The same kilometers, right? There is a huge 10 lakh difference between EV and the petrol. It's okay, ज़्यादा हो गया प्राइस के ऊपर. Being an Indian things. But we are also evolving Indians these days. Not only price, but also we give some priority to the aesthetics as well. So whenever we look at the petrol versus EVs looks more engaging, more energetic, and more future proof. EVs looks very slimmer. I don't know, very uh, sexier. It doesn't matter what EV you look at, they look at stunning. Not only the e-vehicle, I mean like not only the four-wheeler, but even the two-wheeler looks very stunning. I'm not very sure the manufacturers treating EV as a next generation vehicle, or they want to improve the sales of EVs, but they are coming up with an absolutely eye-catching designs. I'm not very sure why they don't want to make this absolute stunning looking designs on the ICE vehicles, but fact is fact, the EVs are stunning. This is on the aesthetics part. It's one of the most worrying factor for me is the ethanol blended petrol. What is it? We all know from April 1st, the government has officially announced the E20 petrol is going to be the majority fuel across the country. Now, what is E20? So, in the new generation petrol, there is a blend or a mix of 20% ethanol in the petrol. So, your petrol will have 20% ethanol and 80% of the 20% of the ethanol and 80% of the petrol. So, how it will affect your cars before 2023? So, what property the major disadvantage of this ethanol is it has moisture attracting property. It means your vehicles, the E20 which are not E20 ready vehicles, right, before 2023, they can get this rust issues because of this moisture catching ethanol and material degradation, the rubber parts and the hoses, seals, gaskets, etc. They're going to go off eventually. And performance and mileage, right? There is 3 to 6% on papers, but there is nearly 10% of mileage droppage you can see in your old vehicles if you are going to use E20 petrol. There is no option. You have to use it to E20 petrol going forward. And the scene is not stopping here. Even some sources say in future the government is coming up the plans on E27 and E30 as well. So the ethanol percentage is going to be increased from 20 to 27 and 30, and manufacturer says our cars are still E27 and E30 proof, but I don't want to believe them. So this is one of the major factor which is driving me towards the EVs. Now let's talk about the fourth factor.
Now, do we have any discounts or EVs incentives?
Let's talk about a couple of factors. I mean, the major factor where the government and manufacturers are trying to seduce the buyers by giving very crazy, attractive incentives. The central government is giving around 2000 to 5000 on two-wheelers and on four-wheelers. If you see some states, right, like Delhi is giving up to 1 lakh discount for cars under 30 lakhs and 100% road tax. It means in petrol vehicles you generally pay depending on the vehicle, right, 1 lakh to 3 lakh, even more than that, the road tax. But in EVs, it's 0%. It means you're not going to give single rupee on the road tax, and you don't have a registration fee. This is for Delhi I'm talking about. If you see state wise, Gujarat is giving 10,000 per kilowatt or max 1.5 lakh for vehicles, 1.5 lakh under 15 lakhs vehicles. And there is a partial road tax exemptions. Maharashtra, no direct purchase subsidy, but 100% road tax, which will indirectly save you 2 lakhs, around 1 lakh 50,000. Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, let's talk about Telangana. Telangana is giving you 100% road tax. You don't have to pay same like Delhi, single rupee for road tax and registration fees in Telangana. And now I'll tell you something. Some vehicles like Tata, some manufacturers like Tata, and few vehicles they're giving crazy discounts on top of this road tax, 100% road tax, and Curve EV, if we talk about, they are giving straight away 3.5 lakh discount, showroom discount. So earlier we used to get the Curve. So I was talking about Curve. Earlier we used to get Curve around 20 lakhs. Now you get the same Curve at 16.5 to 17 lakhs. And the same on Harrier. Some areas I have seen they are giving around 3 lakh discount. The Curve was a direct cash discount. Harrier is some bonus discount and everything. It is adding up to 3 lakh. So these are the massive discounts, incentives you are getting from government, from manufacturers. So the encouragement towards EVs are very high. Now, if we need to talk about, we have discussed, we have covered a lot of points so far, right? Keeping in mind, this video is going to get lengthy.
So in the next video, we're gonna discuss in detail about the various batteries the today's EVs are coming up and what is the charging time the EVs are consuming as of today and how they are going to change in the future. We're going to discuss a lot about this. I'm sure now you're in a good position now in considering EVs, and I hope you're going to prioritize over purchasing EVs over ICE vehicles. Stay tuned to get more about the batteries and their capacities and features. But for now, I say switch to EVs, save the planet. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you. Please subscribe, share, comment. Stay tuned.